Hi everybody, I would like to welcome you to the Down the Creek podcast. My name is Elisa and I will be your host. And I know it's been a while since I have been able to podcast, but I plan on catching everyone up as soon as we get done with the works in progresses, the finished objects, and the 2 half-finished objects that I currently have going on. So I am a college student and a single mom, currently trying to work my way through college and everything else. And knitting is what I do to relax. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, to start off with my works in progresses. Right now I have 2 on the needles. One is a surprise, so I can't really show anyone, but that one is almost done. My other one is a sock that I have been working on, and it is this one right here. This is the Cozy Knitter yarn. It is her Trendsetter colorway in the base of with Bliss, and this is out of the patent Corys, just plain old black. I decided to try a heel flap with a different yarn, and I am almost done with it, so I almost have another pair of socks completely done for myself. And the other works in progresses that I have is my campsite shawl, which is right over here. I have talked about it on my podcast before, but I now have it to where I can show everyone where it's at. And here is how far I have gotten. I do not remember the yarn that I am knitting it with off the top of my head, but I hope I just got done with the increases, so I'm planning on starting the pattern soon. And as for my half-finished objects, I actually have quite a few, and I will start with my most recent one. It is this slipper that is by Drops. That would be my daughter Annabelle calling me, saying she needs me, or who knows what this time. This is it's one of the Celtic free patterns with the cables on it. And this has started out as a commissioned knit, and with all knit, since I haven't done it before, I decided to try it for a pair myself, and I've just been using some acrylic yarn. Let's see. And I am not sure where I put, here it is. It is just Hobby Lobby Crafter's Secret, with the colorway name is Fabulous. And it's just regular acrylic yarn, and I decided to use it since these will be slippers, and I plan on wearing my socks under them. They're going to get a lot of wear. They do have this moss stitch on the bottom, which I actually really love with it being a slipper, since sometimes you need that extra little bit of grab on carpet. And this is my first time truly doing a cable on a project, and I have actually really enjoyed it. It's made the pattern go by really fast. There's also this cable right up here. I did mess up right there by not reading the directions correctly, and that's why I decided to knit what people ask for myself first, or at least do a test knit. And it has a folded 2x2 rib. But overall, it is a very enjoyable project, and I plan on starting the second slipper soon. My other half-finished object is the Cancun Boxy Lace Tee. This is by Erin Kate Ultra. Here's what that looks like. I have not blocked it yet, but the thing that I love most about this pattern is it actually goes through, let's see, easier way to do it. It actually goes through different lace techniques, like you have the yarn over right here, drop stitches, mesh one, and then a open mesh one. And when it blocks out, I cannot wait to see what it looks like. And then I just plain old garter stitch at the top, making sure I had it the right way. But overall, it was a very enjoyable knit, and I was able to find out which lace patterns I did not enjoy and which ones that I enjoyed the most. And I plan on getting started on the other half of this very soon. Then my other half finished object is one that y'all have seen before. It's the pair to the other trendsetter sock. And it's just a plain vanilla sock with the heel flap and that pattern's core again, and a rounded toe that is actually on Maria from Stitched and Streetings podcast. And it actually fits me really good, and I'm happy about it. About how it's turned out, even though it does look a little bit funky. But that provides a really great fit, and I suggest everyone try that one out. As I have another work in progress, but I have yet to be able to work on that one. And also I have a 2x2 rib sock that I'm working on. But that is what I work on when I help my daughter take her bath, or watch my daughter take her bath. And so that's currently over in the bathroom. As for everything else, it's been pretty busy. So the semester started when I had started up this podcast, and over time it just kept piling up, and I just kept getting busier and busier, finding less and less time to be able to film. But some good things have came out of it. I have been able to keep up with my grades pretty good. I have 2 classes that have allowed me to work on the socks that I'm currently knitting. Like this one, I've been able to knit my heel flap and gusset and up to here in 2 of my classes, because they are lecture classes. And just been really busy, especially with work. We've had some issues with there. I've had to work a lot more than what I had originally wanted to, when I planned to on the beginning of the semester. And but recently I've had some time off, which gives me time to make this podcast. As far as changes, other than just going blonde for my birthday, which I did earlier in August, and then we go to Ulta, and we have one of those in Statesboro. It's a wonderful makeup store and everything. They recently had a fundraiser of a type to where part of the proceeds went to breast cancer awareness. It was wonderful deals. I think the haircut was $10, and microdermabrasion was $10, and this wonderful pink stripe I have in my hair was $10 to get put in. This first extension of this kind I've had, and so far I like it. And it's just this little beaded extension. So I was able to support breast cancer, show my support for it, without having to dye my hair. And let's see, what else has been going on? Oh, hair went a little crazy. I have a hat that I'm currently working on. However, it is currently in timeout because it did not work out the way it was supposed to during going port. But that is also resting away to where I cannot see it. And I started with a new company. It's called Jamberry. They do nails. And I may be a little bit addicted to them. Right now I have these cute little Tinkerbell nails going on. Let's see. And a few others. And what I love about this company is I actually had it right here. They come in sheets. So I can get my nails done and not have to worry about having to try to make time to go to a nail salon. And what it does is it comes in 4 sheets. As you can see, I've used this part of it. And they're just really cute and fun designs that don't damage your nails. They stay on for quite a while. And they're just easy to put on. And that's where part of my money has gone so far, just because of how cute and fun they are. Let's see what else. My upcoming projects I plan to be working on. I have this yarn. It's by Love Knot. It's called Unicorn Poop, and it's a rainbow. Let's see. It has a rainbow going on, as you can see right there, and then it has this dark gray. And I plan on making some Rose City rollers out of those. I have one Rose City roller that I can find, and it's currently right here. And this is what the colorway will come out looking, just not as faded. But I could always use some more shorty socks like that. And I plan on getting a lot more active in my knitting and my podcasting, since it is... Yes, ma'am. I'll be right there. Since it is getting towards that winter time and cooler weather is coming up really quick, and I need more than just this one shawl to wrap around. And I've shown this on my podcast before, and I plan on starting to wear it soon. Another upcoming project I plan on doing is these striped socks from Stray Cat Yarns, and I plan on knitting those up to have as my Christmas socks. But other than that, I have just been really occupied with school and work. Hopefully I can make this podcast more of a regular thing like I had planned to. I plan on posting every 2 weeks, hopefully every 2 to 3 weeks, which it will either be on a Tuesday or a Thursday, or depending on my work situation. And just hopefully I will be able to podcast more often and be able to knit more often, so I can have stuff to show y'all. And oh yeah, about these slippers. These are actually, I had seen them before, and I wasn't going to knit them just because I wasn't confident in my abilities to be able to cable like that and do these, but also because of how Drops writes out their patterns. I have never been that fond of them, but it was actually really good after I got the way that they had written the pattern out. They do have a chart to do the cables on that is very easily to follow, and what you actually do is you knit flat from about here till here, which for me was about 4 inches, and that's just so you can walk back and forth, and then you join the back, but that comes as one of the last steps, so you can do the cuff and everything. But you add 4 stitches up here at top, and then you continue to knit it around to be able to do the center cable. And I was actually really glad that she had saw these on Facebook, I believe, and asked me to knit some of them up for her and her twin sister. And so I've been really glad to have the chance to knit on those. And surprisingly enough to me, they actually are really warm, considering that they are acrylic. And I wasn't sure if I would like how the moss stitch felt on the bottom, but you really can't feel it. And I tried them on to show her a picture, and when I took them off, I had noticed a considerable difference in how my feet had just had a whiff of cool air after I had taken them off. Well, I know this was a short podcast, and I have enjoyed talking to y'all, and I hope to do another podcast sometime in the near future, probably in about 2 weeks. You can find me on Instagram as kaitlinalysia. I'll put that down in the description. I am on Ravelry as kaitlinalysia, and I have an Etsy shop which is currently open for hats and some odds and ends that I have knitted before for sale. Hopefully people will start picking up on that so I can have that extra little income too. And that is under Down the Creek, and I have a Ravelry group as well as Down the Creek, I believe, or Down the Creek podcast group, and I will put that in the description as well. I hope y'all have had a wonderful time and that y'all have been good since I last talked to y'all, and I hope to see y'all again in the future, 2 weeks. Y'all have a great day. Bye.